Hey, what's going on, everyone? It's Sly here with Flo, and today we're talking about the game yesterday between the Vikings and the Niners. Flo, a lot of good things out there, a lot of bad things. Give me some studs, give me some duds. What did you see, man?
All right, man, I'm going to start on the positive side. The positive side, I'm starting with our boy, Juwan Jennings, man. The guy looked like a beast, putting pressure on the quarterbacks every single pretty much snap. It seemed like, obviously, these weren't the starting guys, but he looked really good. After that, the young buck, Drake Jackson, man, that guy's motor is insane. I love how he gets to the quarterbacks, but not just that, he proved that he knows when to disengage. He was able to make a tackle. I forgot what was back from the Vikings, but he looked like he was about to have some space, and Drake Jackson just, boom, popped out of nowhere, reached back with those long arms, took him down. After that, Jordan Mason, man, this guy has been on our radar for a while. Obviously, we have that huge running back competition this year, but personally, I think I've liked him over Ty Davis Price this whole camp so far. And is he going to make the team? I'm not too sure just because of depth, but I really like this kid. One more stud, Danny Gray. Even though he didn't have that big touchdown play, he did have the 2-point conversion. And at the end of that 2-minute drill in the first half, he had that ridiculous catch. Yes, it was out of bounds, but just showing his able to control his body. He twisted around because Purdy put the ball out of bounds. I wish he would have got his feet in bounds, but to be able to just come down with that catch, he looks good. I really like Danny Gray. My duds, pretty much our offensive line, man. We went against the Vikings pretty much backups, and we had 2 starters in there, and we didn't look that good. Anyone who's on our center position also falls in our duds, man. They were getting destroyed out there. They look like revolving doors. Our quarterbacks, like, sometimes they would have had good plays had they were able to block for even a second, but they couldn't even do that job right. But what do you got, man?
Yeah, I pretty much agree with you on everything except Danny Gray, because he did drop that wide open pass from Purdy that was beautiful. He just stone-handed. But he had a solid game other than that, so I'll put him neutral. But, man, oh, you're right. Offensive line, absolutely disastrous. Jordan Mills, we were hearing about him in training camp, how he was doing solid. He was like, came in like last week or 2 weeks ago, and he was like one of our better offensive linemen. He was just getting abused. He looked like a stone out there, a revolving door. He was just getting destroyed. He gave up a sack. He almost gave a few other sacks. He gave 3 pressures. Just in school, man. Supposedly he had a good run PFF. That's what they're saying. But this guy can't block nobody. I'm sorry. He came in. I remember the first game he came in when Joe Staley got hurt, 2019. It was Monday Night Football. He came in for Joe Staley. He played good. I was like, oh, shoot, Justin's cool. Who's this guy? After that, man, he's been a train wreck. He's coming off the ACL. It's good that he's back and all, but no, man, when you play like that, just giving up pressures, giving up sacks, he's horrible, man. He's absolutely horrible. Should not make this team. We need help right there. If McGlinchey or Trent Williams goes down, shit, man, I think we might be in trouble, man. Got to clean that up big time. Andrew Bakes gave up 2 pressures, wasn't good at all. Offensive line was just disaster. Who was it? The center, Keaton Sutherland, center. Why is he playing center, man? He was getting abused out there, just missing assignments. Couldn't block nobody out there. Why isn't Jason Poole? He was playing awesome. I thought he was actually a bright spot, one of our bright spots on the offensive line. It's just a matter of time now this guy makes a starting lineup because, man, the last 2 preseason games, he's been on fire. Even in the last 2 weeks of training camp, the guy's been just a bully, man. He's been absolutely doing beautiful. When he goes in and Jordan Mason goes in, it's a recipe for good things. So I liked what Jason Poole was doing out there. He looked really good. Spencer Burford only gave up 1 pressure. He was pretty solid out there. I liked what I saw out of him. So those 2 guys were probably the only ones that I could say, okay, they look pretty good. They look the part. As far as other things, I didn't like the drops, man. Way too many drops out there. Turner dropped 1. Who was it? Ross Dwelly didn't drop 1, but he had 2. Who do you have? 2 false starts? Can't be doing that.
Sermon dropped 1.
Stonehand Sturman, man. I didn't even get to him, man. What a horrible game that was. Man, we traded up to get this guy, man. He hasn't been playing up to par. The first 2 preseason games, he's averaging like 2 yards a carry. Not good at all. If he was not a 3rd-round pick, he would be cut. Let's be real. Because he's a 3rd-round pick, he might make this team, but I just wouldn't do it. I think Jordan Mason is just a better player. Ty Davis Price played pretty good. He had that one run where he did bully, but that 4th and inches, you can't be running sideline to sideline. He reminded me of Kevin Barlow, that play, man. You got to hit that hole, go get that first down. You can't be dancing. You can't be dancing out there. So he played okay, but like I said, that 4th and inches play was just absolutely dreadful for him.
Yeah, man, those drops have pretty much been an issue. One guy guy, I'm kind of going to put him, how you said, neutral too, was Juwan Jennings, man. He dropped that that big first down. This guy was Mr. Reliable all last season, and it seems for some reason this year he's had a case of the droppies. Hopefully he gets that fixed, because I love Juwan Jennings. He's probably the unsung hero receiver that we have, but we're going to need him to have a big season if we're going to pretty much contend.
One guy who I say had a really solid game was Lenore. That was a great game he had, man. He was all over the field making tackles, on breaking up passes. He was doing it all, man. So I really loved what I saw out of him, man. It was just beautiful seeing him. He was putting in the work in OTAs, training minicamp. He was posting on IG, said he's back, and man, he looked the part. He really did look the part that day. So I got to give him credit. He looked good. That interception from George Odom was nice, but that was caused because of Drake Jackson. Drake Jackson was bringing that heat, man. I really did love what Drake Jackson brought to the table. It was really good.
To piggyback on Lenore, obviously that was my boy. Last year I got a lot of flack because he's a University of Oregon guy. I went there too, so he was my boy. But last year he was kind of looked like he didn't have the confidence. It looks like his confidence is kind of going up each and every day. He looks like a little more confident, and he looked good. One more guy was Kamiko Toure, man. He looked good, pass rush, but he has really good ball instincts. There was that one where the quarterback tried to get the ball out real quick to the running back. I believe he deflected it, and then Lenore was able to clean it up because that running back had to come back for the ball. Toure, man, his motor is really good too.
Oren Burks actually looked pretty solid too. He's going to be a solid backup for us. He's going to be a special teams ace. I really love that he was out there doing his thing. I think he's going to be a really solid special teams guy. He's going to help pick up this pace, because remember last year we sucked and we were like the second worst team in special teams behind the Packers, and the Packers that could have cost them that game. So special teams is very important. I love what he brings to the table, and I'm trying to think anyone else out there that flashed or did not. You were saying Javon Kinlaw, absolutely, man. He was doing good against the run, and he got the pass rush.
The only one other concerning thing, what was it? Was it Omanahu who was having trouble setting the edge?
Yes, exactly. Omanahu, 2 times he didn't set the edge and gave a big yardage. That's not good. He actually, the first play, he got some pressure, and I was like, okay, that's good. But he's done this in the past too. Omanahu's got to set the edge. I remember back in the day, a guy that really didn't do a good job at pass rushing, but he knew how to set the edge, was Manny Lawson. Who remembers Manny Lawson? He did a beautiful job always setting the edge. Him and Alden Smith, that's what they would do. They set that edge. Oh man, who's got to do that, man? If he doesn't do that, man, he can't make this team. I thought not Kerry Hyder. Who else? Jordan Willis. I thought Jordan Willis played good. He almost got a few sacks out there when he went in. So I know them two are competing for that last spot, the edge. Who wants it more? If Omanahu can't set the edge, man, I'm sorry, man. It's not going to happen. So that's just what I got.
All right. Well, you guys let us know in the comments who you guys thought stood out to you guys, didn't stand out. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell. See y'all next time. Peace.